Fans of the legendary musician Sir Paul McCartney are still holding out hope for the eventual release of what's considered a sequel to one of the Beatles' most celebrated albums. Although there are no concrete signs that this continuation of a Fab Four classic will officially see the light of day, many remain optimistic. The project, known as Return to Pepperland, was an unfinished collaboration between McCartney and American producer Phil Ramone. It was intended as a tribute to the 20th anniversary of the Beatles' 1967 psychedelic milestone, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. A recent post on the Paul McCartney Reddit community sparked discussions about the album's continued absence, with some users expressing doubt that it will ever be released. Still, those who claim to have listened to leaked versions have been thoroughly impressed. One Reddit user reportedly called it a strong album and felt that the title track, in particular, was exceptional and deserved an official release. The elusive nature of the album has made it one of McCartney's most pirated works. Dedicated fans have attempted to reconstruct what they believe could be the official track list, using leaked studio recordings tied to the Sgt. Pepper follow-up. Although Return to Pepperland exists in unofficial forms and bootlegs, supporters continue to campaign for a formal release. One fan questioned why the album remains unreleased, believing it to be a solid project, especially highlighting the quality of the title song. They noted that while a few tracks have been released over the years, the full album has never been made available, and they couldn't understand why. Speculation still surrounds the delay, particularly since the recording sessions began in the 1980s. Another fan suggested that McCartney might have entire albums' worth of unreleased material in his archives that may never be made public. This fan remarked that the decision is likely out of the hands of the public, pointing out that McCartney took 50 years to release One Hand Clapping as an album. They also recalled how McCartney and Denny Laine had previously discussed reissuing Holidays before Lane's death, wondering why that never happened and suggesting that McCartney might simply be too busy. They speculated that he might be uncertain about what fans truly want, or perhaps not particularly concerned. One Hand Clapping, the long-shelved live album by Wings, was finally released last year, 5 decades after the documentary of the same name first emerged. Meanwhile, McCartney's archives are overflowing with unreleased tracks, even as he continues to put out updated versions of his classic works. This year, he unveiled a celebratory 50th anniversary edition of Wings, Venus, and Mars. Whether Return to Pepperland will ever receive an official release remains uncertain, especially given that the album was never fully completed in the first place. One fan speculated that the project may not have even been intended as a full album. They suggested that McCartney might have assembled a group of songs to pitch to producers, only for someone to leak the material. That could explain why the tracks were eventually released piecemeal across various albums, instead of appearing as a single unified record.